community, to help our children over the years. You've definitely been an inspiration for me in my musical career. You deserve this tribute. Thank you, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. That means I greet you in peace. I know that sounds foreign, nevertheless, that's where I am now. However, Mr. Brady, I want to thank you for all the things that you've done in the community, all the things that you've done for us as musicians, because what you instilled in us, I remember to this day, that word RESPONSIBILITY. I remember that being one of the biggest words that we were going to learn in our life. So I appreciate that, because it has taught me to pass that on to others and share with them that it's just not something that you are assigned to do or an instruction that's given. You have to complete ideas and be responsible for the whole thing. So that's something that I really learned from you, and I really appreciate it. And foremost, of course, music. The gift of music that you allow me to experience from you. It's just wonderful. I want to thank you, and I hope this is a grand occasion for you and that you really enjoy yourself. Assalamu alaikum.
How you doing, Mr. Brady? Reginald, as you say, one of the few people who calls me Reginald. Certainly I got to give you credit to my first years at Southeast Middle and Northeast High School. I'm indebted to you because you were responsible solely for the first middle school band at Southeast Middle School in Kansas City. I had a middle school band. Mr. Brady informed me about some band uniforms that Northeast Junior used to have in Kansas City, Kansas. To make a long story short, we were able to get those uniforms and formed one of the first middle school bands in Kansas City, Missouri. I used to work for Mr. Brady for about 8 to 10 years at Brady's and Sons on Minnesota. So, Mr. Brady, I'm indebted to you. You are a true soldier. And I always remind the kids that at this point, Sligo was perceived to be on top, but they need to know their history. That Sumner High School is where it was at. I know it's not the proper grammar, but we know that you were the real deal. I've accomplished a lot here at Sligo, but I've yet to take that international trip. And that is how I want to go on top, just like Mr. Brady. Thank you.
Well, one of the first things I want to say about Mr. Brady is just a great big thank you for, first of all, teaching, putting up and having patience with not only me, but I guess all of us. You know, I was privileged enough to have him as an instructor, teacher, mentor from the 7th grade all the way to my senior year at Sumner High School. He really exposed us and me to a lot of different areas of music, not just one particular segment of music, but classical, jazz, how orchestra really works, how our stage band really works, how the inner workings, all those pieces come together and make one good sound. It's just not one individual. You know, when I was, as a kid, you hear that one horn and one voice. He taught us how that one voice was supported by all the other parts and people in the group. I don't know, for lack of a better way of saying it, it not only helped me deal with music, it helped me deal with life, dealing with people. Just for instance, we had an opportunity to, because of Mr. Brady, to go to KU Music Camp. In your community, you learn how to deal with your community. Coming out of your community, like we went to KU Music Camp, we had a chance to meet kids from all over the country, from all states, a lot of different states. And because of that, you find other people that have similar problems, different tastes, different things, but you all come together under one roof when it comes to the band we were in. Like we had concert bands, you had the stage band. It was just really nice to go to KU, get that experience of being on a campus, one of the largest campuses around, meeting people from all over the country. Not only students that were there at the Fine Arts Camp, but other students that were there at KU. And the first time I saw, they was rehearsing a jazz band, kind of like a modern jazz group. And it was a guy from the Philippines playing the xylophones, some other guy from New York playing the bass, some other guy from somewhere else playing the piano. And just looking at, how they looked and the music they was playing, like a modern jazz quartet right there in your face, And because of him and his persistence and dedication to us as students to get that kind of exposure, we got that kind of exposure. And you can't replace that. And couldn't have got that from anybody else but Mr. Brady. And because of that, it made me a better person, a person that understood people better, and gave me a world look, a worldview, an overview of the world better. I guess I should say, just really appreciate it. Without Mr. Brady, it never would have happened. And all I can say is thank you, and more thank you. And it's really appreciated.